My fiancée blames me and everyone for all her failures, but whose fault is it? I have been with my fiancée for around 15 years. We are pretty much inseparable in every aspect, except when it comes to academic dedication and career planning and development. I grew up poor. So, my only goal growing up was to have financial security. This naturally causes me to be continually hungry for academic success. My fiancée's family did not have any financial troubles. She was always a partygoer, so she had no desire to reach her full potential. She always said, "Your whole life is not about studying. You should have fun while you're young." And I really tried to match that lifestyle. We'd spend days doing things together and doing whatever she felt like doing. This, as exhaustive as it was, kept her happy. I was actually having fun with her, so I didn't mind. In reality, I was running on 4 hours of sleep. There'd come a time where I'd decline going out or doing stuff for prolonged amounts of time, especially when crushing deadlines were fast approaching and I was becoming overwhelmed, and she'd get irritated. I even tried to arrange study dates, but that failed miserably because she'd always do the bare minimum and then move on, which was considerably faster than what I was able to do. This turned into a regular cause for conflict. I've completed all my degrees, including my master's, with the highest distinction. I have landed a high-paying job and mainly work from home. You can say that I achieved my goal, and it took a lot of tears to get here, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. She, on the other hand, never got accepted for a master's, graduated late, did not get to work in her own field, and struggles to make ends meet on her own. She has difficulty covering half of her own bills. I've tried to be comforting, offer her solutions, and reassure her that I don't mind covering up for us because I truly love her and I know she'd do the same for me. For the past couple of weeks, she has been blaming everyone for the impasse she has reached. Her teachers for her bad grades. Employers for requiring prior relevant work experience, of which she has none. Her friends for tempting her to go out. Her middle-aged parents for not giving her their will or providing for her. Me for not pressuring her to study enough. I usually shrug it off. I understand that she is just frustrated and disappointed, and I try to be a good boyfriend to her. Lately, she has also been nagging me for not spending time with her. Consequently, after a series of intense discussions, I told her flat out that she is the sole person responsible for her current situation, that she wasted her potential and ultimately rendered herself below average, and that she now faces the consequences. She called me a jerk and left the house. I'm not sure if I was too harsh, but it's been eating me up. To be honest, I really didn't feel like I had any say in her academic or work success or development. I only tried to get her to study with me and care more about her studies as a genuine concern for her further development and also because she said that she wanted to do well in her field. So, I do not criticize her for her life choices or her habits. She can do what she wants, and I've completely embraced that willingly since these events originally took place in college. I don't really care if we are not on the same level academically, this is completely irrelevant to me. She can do her own thing, I can do my own, and I really don't mind that. I also don't even care about the pay gap. I'm more than happy to make our ends meet. This is not about money or her being lesser in any way. I never considered her inadequate. My reference to her past habits was to point out the prior events that led to her dead end. My point was that she could have made it in college, but didn't wish to. And while that's okay and completely up to her, she shouldn't blame others for how her career has advanced. I finally contacted my fiancée and asked her to meet me so we could talk. Apparently, both her parents and her sister took my side on the matter. She had fled her parents' house and was living with a friend. I told her I loved her, explained how I didn't mean to imply that she squandered her potential irreversibly, and told her that I believe we can fix things if we work together. I apologized for my ill-considered comment. I repeatedly told her that my point was never to demean or ridicule her and that I did not consider her to be beneath me. I tried to explain that none of us obstructed her journey to success and that we do not bear accountability for her academic path, but we are all here to support her. I encouraged her to try whatever she thinks is best right now and promised that I'd support her emotionally and financially so she could make any dream of hers happen and we could finally move on. I expected to find a middle ground, acknowledge our respective mistakes, and work together to grow our relationship. But I was met with silence at first, a chuckle, and then she told me that I patronize her for offering to cover her bills, followed by her explaining that my support is a way to make myself feel better about my accomplishments, as if I can't make it on my own. She concluded that I was trying to manipulate the situation by acting like the good guy and that, in reality, her current situation professionally and with her parents is my doing. I was very conflicted about how to answer her accusations in a non-condescending way. I wanted to respect her feelings. The best thing I could think of was recommending couples therapy, which she declined, saying that throwing more money away wouldn't make up for the emotional neglect. I was on the edge of tears, so I was unable to respond. After a few minutes of silence, I suggested ending the relationship, and she instantly agreed.